Hello everyone. Sorry not to be able to attend the conference physically, but I'm glad to have this chance to present my paper by video. So thank you for watching. My name is Abdullah Alfaif, and I'll talk about the project of building the second version of the Arabic Learner Corpus. The main aim of developing the Arabic Learner Corpus is to create a data source which is intended to be used in research on Arabic language learning and teaching, and also for some relevant areas such as second language acquisition, language materials designing, contrastive interlanguage analysis, learner dictionaries making, and natural language processing. So, before creating the corpus, more than 130 learner corpora around the world were reviewed in order to know the best practice in such projects. This review includes obtaining information about a number of elements from each learner corpus: the size, contributors, learner's level, gender, nativeness, etc., materials type, methods of data collection, method of annotation, also the aims of developing these corpora. This helped in shaping the base of the project. The review confirms that the Arabic learner corpora have not received enough attention, as 3 projects of developing Arabic learner corpora can be found, which are intended for Arabic as a foreign language. This means their data was collected from learners studying Arabic in non-Arabic speaking countries. These projects are the Pilot Arabic Learner Corpus, the Arabic Learners Written Corpus, and the Corpus of Malaysian Arabic Learners. The Pilot Arabic Learner Corpus. According to Abuhakema, this corpus is designed to include around 9,000 words of Arabic written materials produced by American native speakers of English who learn Arabic as a foreign language. 2 levels were included: intermediate and advanced. Some of the learners' essays were written while the learners were studying Arabic in the United States, while others were produced when they went to study abroad in Arab countries. The Arabic Learners Written Corpus. Materials of this corpus were produced by non-native Arabic speakers from the United States and were collected over a period of 15 years. This corpus includes around 35,000 words, covering 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and 3 text genres: descriptive, narrative, and instructional. It was developed over 2 phases. The aim in the first phase is to offer a data source for hypothesis testing and for developing teaching materials. In the second phase, the corpus is intended to be tagged for errors. This corpus is available for download in PDF format files. The Corpus of Malaysian Arabic Learners. This written corpus was mainly designed to investigate the misuse of Arabic conjunctions among learners. It includes approximately 240,000 words produced by 60 university students during their first and second year of their Arabic major degree at the Department of Arabic Language and Literature, International Islamic University, Malaysia. The corpus materials include descriptive and comparative essays produced on the computer using Microsoft Word without any help from native speakers. The previous review of the Arabic Learner Corpora showed that there is a lack of freely available learner corpora, particularly those that may have been collected from Arabic-speaking countries. Also, those may contain written and spoken materials and combine native with non-native speakers. The present project aims to fill this gap by compiling a systematic Arabic learner corpus to be used in research on Arabic language learning and teaching. In terms of the corpus design and content, the corpus consists of 1,585 materials written and spoken, which contain more than 280,000 words. 3 tasks were used to collect the corpus data. First one is a written and timed task where the learners were required to write 2 essays, narrative and discussion in the class. The second task includes the same essays topics, but it's done at home, so it's untimed. In the third task, learners were asked to talk about the topics orally, so it's a spoken timed task. Learners used the computer in some of the written tasks while the rest were produced by hand. All the handwritten materials have been transcribed manually into a digital format. The spoken task was recorded by an MP3 recording device and also transcribed into the same digital text format. Then, the entire corpus was stored in a database alongside with the metadata of each learner and text. This database has been created for 2 purposes: to store and manage the corpus content, and to automate the corpus files generation in different formats as following: text file with no metadata, text file with metadata in Arabic, text file with metadata in English, XML file with metadata in Arabic, and finally XML file with metadata in English. Here we can see the process of generating the corpus files based on the 5 formats aforementioned. So here we click on one of the text files with metadata in English to see its content. Also, we will have a look at one of the XML files with metadata in English, so we can see how it's structured. We will open it using Notepad, and this is the file content. Here I'll talk about the corpus content based on the elements of the metadata. So I'll start with the age. Ages of the learners ranged between 16 and 42. However, the majority were between 16 and 25 as shown in the chart. In terms of gender, 2/3 of the participants were males and the rest were females. The corpus materials were collected from 2 groups of Arabic learners: native Arabic speakers and non-native Arabic speakers. These groups were close to each other in terms of the amount of data collected. Most of the participants were studying in the pre-university level, which includes the native speakers who learn Arabic as a part of the curriculum in their secondary schools, and the non-native speakers learning Arabic as a second language in order to continue their study at a university. The university level contains the same groups, native speakers and non-native speakers, but both are specializing in Arabic. As we can see in the figure, 80% of the corpus data was collected from the pre-university level, and 20% from learners in the university level. Nationalities of the students represented 67 different countries. The corpus contains 66 different mother tongue representations. 65 of them are spoken by the non-native Arabic speaking learners, and the Arabic language is the first language of all of the Arabic native speakers. The number of languages spoken by each learner ranged from 1 to 10 in the case of non-native speakers, while native speakers spoke between 1 and 4 languages. The learners spent between a few months and 19 years in their acquisition of Arabic. The native Arabic speakers were excluded from this category. The number of years an individual has spent in an Arabic-speaking country ranged from a few months to 21 years, and native speakers were also excluded from this category. Level of study is a subcategory of the general level, so the pre-university level was broken up into 3 sub-levels: secondary school, general language course, and diploma program in Arabic, which is an advanced language course. And the university level was divided into 2 sub-levels: bachelor's and master's degrees in Arabic. Levels of study was also broken up into subcategories based on the year or semester in which the participants were studying. Years were used for the secondary school students, and semesters were used for the other groups, as their learning system is based on semesters. In terms of the educational institutions, the Corpus participants were affiliated to 25 institutions, varied between secondary schools and universities. With respect to metadata of the corpus materials, 2 genres were covered in the corpus: narrative by 67% and discussion 33% of the corpus data. Those learners who wrote their essays or recorded their speech in class represented 69% of the corpus data, and those who wrote the essays at home produced 31% of the corpus content. The first version of the Arabic Learner Corpus was collected in 2012, which represented 12% of the current data, whereas the second version was collected in 2013 and represented 88%. The entire corpus data was produced in Saudi Arabia, in 8 cities. The capital city, Riyadh, has the largest portion of the corpus, which is 78%. Timing was based on the location of the materials being produced. So, all the materials produced in class were timed, and those produced at home were not timed, representing 31% of the corpus data. References were used in 5% of the corpus data, and this includes the following 4 types: grammar books, which were used in 2% of the corpus; monolingual dictionaries, 1%; bilingual dictionaries, 2%; and finally, other types of references represented 2% of the corpus. In terms of text mode, 93% of the Arabic Learner Corpus is written data, while 7% is spoken. The written data includes 2 mediums: materials produced by hand, 82%, and materials produced on a computer, 18%. The average length of the essays in the corpus is 178 words. More details about the average length based on some factors are listed in this table, where we can say that females produced longer essays than the male learners. Also, it can be seen that native Arabic speakers were able to have longer texts than non-native speakers. It can be because of that Arabic is their first language, but this needs more investigation to prove it. In terms of the general level of study, there was a clear gap between the pre-university and the university levels. Such increase can be expected regarding their higher level of education. The same gap has occurred between the materials produced in class and those produced at home. Having more time to do the tasks at home may explain this. With respect to text genre, the narrative essays were longer than the discussion ones. Telling a story could be easier than discussing an issue. And this, of course, depends on the nature of each genre and also the topics of the tasks. The distinctive difference appeared in the text mode factor, where the gap between written and spoken data was clearly the largest, as the spoken materials were twice longer than those written. Let's move to another aspect relating to annotation of the corpus files. The corpus is intended to be lemmatized and tagged for some linguistic features, including part of speech, grammatical functions, and errors. This is an example of a text with no metadata, and in order to annotate such raw text file, it's firstly segmented based on its morphological tokens. With the segmentation process, the text is tagged for structural features like document ID, title, paragraphs, numbers, etc. Then the text is lemmatized by adding the head word of each token. Also, the tokens are tagged for part of speech using Sawalha's tagset called Salma. Grammatical functions like subject, object, acceptive, etc. are tagged using Doc's tagset for the Quranic corpus. The final step is to annotate errors using the error tagset we developed for the Arabic Learner Corpus. With tagging errors, the incorrect and the correct forms are also identified, as this helps when the error covers more than one token. So the final form of the annotated file will be like this. As the Arabic Learner Corpus is an open source project, the entire data of the corpus is available to download from the following website, www.arabiclearnercorpus.com. The corpus content is available in different formats, as shown in this table. The original handwritten sheets produced by the participants are available in a PDF format. They are also available alongside with those produced on a computer as TXT and XML files after they have been transcribed. As for the audio files, they can be obtained in MP3 format, and their transcripts are also available in TXT and XML formats. In addition, the user has the choice to download the whole corpus in one file, TXT or XML, or to have each text in a separate file. 1,585 files exist in the current version. After exploring the corpus design, content, and annotation, we can now talk a bit about its potential uses. First is contrastive interlanguage analysis. This is still one of the most frequently used approaches for analyzing learner corpus. It enables researchers to observe a wide range of instances of underuse, overuse, and misuse of various aspects of the learner language. This is also used to understanding the interlanguage errors caused by first language transfer and overgeneralization of first language rules. As we may know, this type of analysis usually compare two groups of learners' production based on some features like nativeness. This means native speakers versus non-native speakers. Also, two subgroups of non-native learners based on their first languages can be compared. The metadata of the Arabic Learner Corpus provide users with a range of features for contrastive interlanguage analysis. So the user can use the learner features like age, gender, mother tongue, nativeness, etc., or the text features like genre, place of writing, references used, etc., for doing the contrastive interlanguage analysis. The Arabic Learner Corpus can be used to compile or improve learner dictionaries' contents, particularly by identifying the most common errors learners make, and then provide dictionary users with warnings against these errors at the end of relevant entries. This is an example of a warning of a common error in English in the entry "mind" in the Longman Exam Dictionary. Also, a specific dictionary like this can be made for common errors in order to help learners to identify and avoid these language mistakes. The Arabic Learner Corpus consists of data from different levels of study and can be used as a resource for measuring the extent to which learners can improve their performance in various aspects of the target language. The number and the nature of these errors can give some insights about acquiring Arabic as a second language. Based on a corpus analysis, instructional materials can be created in order to focus on specific language aspects. It also can be useful for selecting the most appropriate textbooks that match the learner's level and in line with their linguistic strengths and weaknesses. For example, by analyzing a sample of the corpus, it's obvious that punctuations require more focus in the teaching materials. Finally, the Arabic Learner Corpus contains handwritten materials along with their transcripts, so they can be used as a training dataset in research on optical character recognition and further research in the natural language processing domain. In this presentation, we had a look at the state of the art of the Arabic Learner Corpora, including their current features and drawbacks, which assisted in selecting the design criteria and content of the Arabic Learner Corpus. We also explained the method of annotating the corpus data, which enables researchers to use it effectively. We had a brief look at the corpus website and types of files it offers. Finally, we concluded with the potential uses of the Arabic Learner Corpus. Please visit the Corpus website, have a look at its sections, download the Corpus files to have a clear look about their contents, and leave your comments on the feedback page. To contact the Corpus developers, you can use the Contact Us form on the Corpus website. Otherwise, you can send a message to the Corpus email arabic.learner.corpus@gmail.com. As a further work, a tool for error tagging is being developed in order to facilitate tagging the errors in the Arabic Learner Corpus. This tool enables the user firstly to mark up the text structure and split it to have one word in each line. So the first column includes the words, and in further columns we will have the tag and the corrections. To start annotating, we will click on this button here, then we will have a list of the text words. We can click on one of them, type the incorrect and the correct forms, selecting the appropriate tag for error being annotated, then click on the button Add Tag, so the word will be annotated. In the same way, we can annotate more than one word in one tagging process by selecting similar words which have the same error and tag them. After finishing the annotation, click on the Save and Exit button to save and tag text, as we can see here. Thank you for watching this video about the Arabic Learner Corpus. And please send your messages, comments, and questions regarding this presentation to my email shown below. Thank you.